Thank you for checking out crypto.chartguys.com, the source for technical analysis in the cryptocurrency world. We are proud to announce our own crypto alert system designed to give you the most critical technical trading information possible no matter where you are. Keep your eyes on the market with mobile or email alerts for MACD crosses, RSI levels, and even inside bar alerts for dozens of coins across multiple exchanges. New features and proprietary ChartGuys indicators are already in development. Our alert system is very easy to customize and utilize, so don't hesitate to sign up for the most effective crypto trading tool on the market at crypto.chartguys.com. Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. So checking in on everything, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and BNB. We'll start with the daily time frames because we have bullish reversal candlesticks forming today, and the day is close to closing, so we're going to end the day with bullish reversal candlesticks. The question is, can the bulls get a 4-hour higher low and higher high to confirm the shift in momentum and the follow-through? There are a lot of things to be watching. If you're ever feeling FOMO on the shorter term time frames, just zoom out, and that certainly helps. You can see the daily, the last lower high we set was 8,800. Anything under that level on the daily is just a lower high. The daily is in a lower high, lower low pattern. In order for us to be confident that our weekly higher low is forming in this equilibrium, we have to see the daily chart give us a higher low and higher high to change the trend. Because again, the last 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, we are in a downtrend. So we did get that flush under 8,000, but flush isn't really the right word because we didn't get a whole lot of follow through, which again can be perceived as a bullish signal. Break a key psychological support level. We know a lot of traders are looking in the upper 7,000 range for support to hold, and it did. So the 4-hour time frame did get a bounce, and it got just about oversold. It was really the hourly RSI, which is what led to the bounce playing out. And down at the low last night, the hourly RSI on Bitcoin was down at about 21. So I had initiated scaling into ETH. We'll go over that when we get there. But the initial play was the hourly oversold bounce. Then we had to be cautious of the potential bear flag. And we saw the bear flag set up and we headed back down. Rather than breaking to a lower low and confirming the hourly bear flag, we formed a higher low and then the bulls showed up. And we've seen continuation of this bull move since then. So there was definitely a solid trade to be had within that hourly oversold bounce. But again, as far as looking at the 4-hour time frame, I'm looking at the last lower highs approaching, and we haven't broken them yet. 8,350 and 8,483. Anything under those levels is a lower high. We did just get some news of 250 million tether to be printed, which could prop up the price if we see some buying pressure come into Bitcoin. But what we're going to be looking for, we do have a bullish MACD cross here trying to follow through. If we can get over these exponential resistances, we can see the last time we had a bull cross of these exponential moving averages was on the move up to 10,000. So the fact that we haven't crossed on this entire pullback, it will be notable if this happens. Keep in mind, we've seen 5 green 4-hour candlesticks in a row. And even if we break the resistance, that doesn't mean it's an entry opportunity. That means we can look for a higher low to form on the 4-hour time frame and potentially look for an entry at that point. I also like looking for an entry on hourly consolidation, looking to backtest these exponential moving averages. So the exponential moving averages have not had a bull cross on the hourly time frame since we were up in the 8,800 range as well. So there are definitely notable signals that the short-term momentum is shifting, but again, there's no reason to rush into this trade. And we're watching the hourly exponential supports for a potential entry and for a 4-hour base of consolidation to be set. Some people might be saying, well, why isn't this a 4-hour higher low here? And technically, we did pull back a little bit. We broke $4 lower than this inside bar, but I consider that just sideways consolidation like an inside bar would be, and not really the clearly established higher low that I'm looking for with some red candlesticks. So could we break 8,350 on this bull move to the upside? Yes, that would break the lower high pattern on the 4-hour time frame for me. But again, doesn't mean we have to rush into the trade at that point. That can just mean, okay, I'm going to enter on consolidation now and use this level as a stop loss, 7,927. So it's all about risk to reward. We know we're playing within a weekly equilibrium pattern. And if you're saying, okay, I think the weekly equilibrium pattern higher low has formed, you're using this level as your stop loss and entering the trade. That's a higher risk, higher reward trade than if you want to be more confident and wait till maybe the daily chart changes its trend. So it all depends on your confidence. And sometimes for me, that kind of trade will depend, have I been up and on fire the last week? If that's the case, and I have a lot of profit the last week, then I will maybe risk a little bit more and be a little bit more aggressive. But in this current instance, I'm just being patient at this point. I did get it filled on Ethereum. Ethereum last night, we were watching again, same thing, hourly RSI on Bitcoin being down at 21, told me that I wanted to get into some Ethereum. So I had my orders placed through the 650s and 640s, only one order filled, and I have since sold that for quick gains, but patiently waiting on here as well. And again, Ethereum is more bullish because we still have the daily higher low intact on this chart, and we're looking at the 4-hour time frame here as well. The last lower high on Ethereum on the 4-hour time frame was 707.87. So the odds that we head straight up in V-shaped recovery to break that resistance is not very likely. But if we top out under that level and then pull back, we can look to form a higher low. We do have a more clear higher low here on Ethereum. So here's that higher low and then continuation that isn't as clear on Bitcoin. But that's the support level we're looking at. So any consolidation for a higher low on the 4-hour time frame is a potential entry opportunity for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. So we got the resistance we're watching on Ethereum. Support is 667.05, and the daily time frame bullish reversal candlestick here as well. And the bulls are in a better position on their daily chart in terms of shifting that momentum back into favor of the bulls than the Bitcoin bulls are. So still watching the ETH BTC chart to make sure the daily higher lows are intact, and they are. And Bitcoin watching for that hourly 4-hour higher low and higher high. Litecoin made a solid bounce. So it too is a bullish reversal candlestick on the daily, but it dropped down to a lower low. So still lower highs and lower lows. The 4-hour time frame to change the trend here is 140. We're approaching that level. If we cannot break 140 and we pull back, we'll look for a 4-hour higher low to form. Same thing, I'm watching the exponential resistances. I'm watching the 12 and 26 period 4-hour exponential in order for a bull cross. Again, same thing as Bitcoin. Haven't had a bull cross since the top was hit up in the 180s. And just being patient. If you're in the trade, that's great. You should be pretty comfortable. The bulls have proven themselves this morning. And if you are not in a trade, again, no reason to FOMO in and rush in and market buy at this point. Even if we do get some bull breaks here, we do have a long way to go on the daily charts to be very confident in the bulls follow through. So looking at BNB USDT, we've been consolidating on the daily time frame, really just looking for a weekly higher low to form. The weekly chart set our low, and it's been higher lows and higher highs for a while now. A new higher low is now established at 1188 and resistance of 1627.6, the high of this move. We got very overextended. That 4-hour RSI, when we were up at the high of this candlestick, was up approaching 80, and now we're going to be looking to bounce around within this range. So this is the kind of move where if you did not make the initial entry, rather than chasing, wait for the consolidation, wait for the ranges to be established, and then play a break of these ranges. So we have the high, the low. Looks like we just formed a lower high at 1516, and now we'll see if we pull back and if the bulls can form a higher low compared to 1420. So a bit of an hourly equilibrium is shaping up. And again, if you miss the initial move, and rather than chasing, just wait for consolidation, clear levels to be playing off of, and the gains may not be as great as the initial move, but it's going to be much more clear in terms of risk to reward, knowing what levels you're looking at, rather than just buying into a breakout where we can pull back very quickly, because there are people that bought over $16, and next thing you know, we're down in the low 14s just a couple hours later. So we don't want to be that person chasing the price. So that's where we stand as we head into tonight. Again, definitely seeing some bullish signs here. The bullish hourly exponential moving average cross, looking for the exponential moving averages on the 4-hour to become support with a more convincing bull MACD cross and a bull cross of these exponential moving averages into the weekend. And we're watching to see, can the bull shift the daily trend back in favor? Let's look at this weekly chart for a second, because this weekly chart, as we know, is very important for this equilibrium. It's all tattooed on different parts of our bodies at this point, and we're looking for the higher low to form. Why is this so significant? Let's look at WED and Canadian MJ, which had a huge day today. A lot of fun there. But this is what happens when the equilibrium pattern breaks many times. We have our high, low. This is the same pattern that Bitcoin is forming on the weekly chart. Higher low, lower high. The bull break occurred this week. We got over 31.46, and here we are at $36 to end the week. So we had a bull break and a 15% move. Obviously, it's a completely different sector, but just want to point out the sentiment. And why the sentiment shifts like that when the clear break occurs is because technical traders like me, I've been holding a WED position longer than I've held it the entire year. And I've been holding it for at least a week or two at this point, a week and a half. And so that's notable. So maybe technical analysis, some people think it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. To a certain degree, I absolutely agree with that because I'm living proof. The reason that I am holding this WEED swing trade, which I haven't held 5 months of the entire year, is because the weekly chart made the bull break. The same thing will happen in cryptocurrency. I will swing trade these cryptocurrency names and be much more comfortable holding them if the weekly charts and these weekly equilibriums break bullish. So that is the sentiment shift that we're looking for in the market. Because this break happened in WEED, I'm absolutely looking for all-time highs in 2018. As far as BTC goes, if we get the same break, that same potential will be there. Maybe it's taking a little bit longer, so maybe not 2018, but maybe early 2019 we'll look for the new all-time high if we get this bull break. So just want to highlight the importance of this, as well as, again, continuously shifting people to get them interested in Canadian MJ because there's a lot of money to be made there. And just trading stocks, obviously compounding profits has an impact in the profit that you see, but in the last year of trading Canadian MJ stocks, I've made more profit than maybe the last 4 years of trading all stocks combined. So the opportunity is huge in that sector, and it's continuing to heat up again. And we haven't even started legalization, which is the most exciting part. And we haven't even started the US sector. So again, just encouraging people, because every day I have people saying, okay, I finally made the switch from crypto to Canadian MJ. And now we have people in the Canadian MJ chat room partying with us after a fantastic week of profits. So that's where we stand as we head into tomorrow. I hope you all continue to do good things through this weekend. Today's do good things comes from driving through rush hour just a minute ago, which certainly doesn't compare to big city rush hour, but don't drive like an idiot is the message. And there's a lot of easy ways that you can do that, and you can be a considerate driver. Putting your blinker on, it takes 2 seconds. If you're the kind of person, and I know we have some listening right now, which is unfortunate, look in the mirror. If you don't put your blinker on, you're basically saying to everybody else on the road, sorry, my 2 seconds of effort is more important than giving you information that could potentially lead to your safety. So use your blinkers. Don't brake and then put your blinker on. Put your blinker on and then brake, because you're giving the person behind you a heads up, hey, I'm about to brake. Don't slow down in the driving lane. If there's a turning lane in the center of the road and it's clear of any cars, don't slow down in the driving lane and then get in the turning lane. Get in the turning lane and then slow down. Don't accelerate into red lights. One of my favorite things to do is to coast into a red light and have the person behind me get really upset and want to get to the red light first, so they whip around me and accelerate into the red light. Then they're sitting there and I just coast right on through as it turns green without ever having to stop. That's my favorite game. So I appreciate you all watching. Be considerate on the roads. I'm sure most of you are. Again, it's one of those things. If you can't control your emotions because someone cut you off, or because someone went first, or you didn't get to go first, you're not going to have a hard time controlling your emotions trading as well. Appreciate you watching. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your Friday. We'll see you tomorrow.